morning, Turfs Up Radio. Wayne Bowes, Profits Unlimited, coming to you live from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes, indeedy.
Oh, my goodness. Got a great show planned today. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Here we are right after Thanksgiving, rolling into Christmas. And hope you guys are having a good Monday so far. Yep. Hope you're having a good Monday. We're having a good Monday here at WLS. We're going to talk a little bit about what we got going on and what you guys got going on today, and I guess really the week, and see how Thanksgiving went. That's always very important for all of us. We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. And heck, whatever y'all decide we want to get into is what we're going to get into. Pretty flexible, If you had one shot, one opportunity, would you take it? Or are you going to let it slip away? And, hell, sometimes we go both ways with it, right? Sometimes we let it slip, and sometimes we take advantage of it. And sometimes, hey, there it is. It's back again. So, I was trying to think. My mom used to say something, a bad penny. That's what it was. A bad penny always seems to find its way back. So, hell, I don't know. We got our fingers crossed. We got our fingers crossed. We're trying to get something going on here at WLS, and I'll share that with you here in just a couple minutes. But we got a cloudy, cold day, not too crazy cold. I think it's about 30 or something outside right now. I'm not 100% sure. Didn't look before I hopped on here, but yeah, we got a good day going on. It's kind of like the calm before the little bit of a storm. We got a little bit of snow potentially going to roll through here a little bit later on, and a little mixed bag of some precip. We'll see how that all pans out. But yeah, hope your Thanksgiving went well, and mine went really good. Went really good. I'll say that. As your days get kind of screwed up when me and Daniel were sitting here this morning talking about something with Kyle, and we're like, yeah, that was Thursday. And I'm like, no, it was Wednesday or Tuesday, because Wednesday was our Friday. And do y'all get jacked up as much as I do? I'm not going to say we, because they don't. I do. But I'm just curious, when you have a holiday in the middle of the week like that, and we took off Friday as well. So, we had Thursday, Friday off, and then boom, then your normal weekend, Saturday, Sunday. And I know some of you guys listening to us probably did snow over the weekend, because there was a pretty big snow event for a lot of different places. So winter is off and rolling, and looks like we're going to get a little bit of it here as well. I need to get. I keep saying this, but I don't like bothering my buddy Matt or Brett up there at BAM, because I know those guys are busy right now too. Trying to do their thing with BAM weather and get notifications out to all their customers that they got. So looking forward to an update from them on what they think things are going to look like for us here, starting sometime later on this evening. But yeah, we'll talk about that. But before we get that far along, excuse me, got Daniel on here with me. Daniel, thanks. I appreciate you hopping on, buddy.
Yes.
And he's going to help me get through my show. I was actually back in the shop till about 20 after 9 this morning, doing a little bit of work on a spreader with our team. And actually, they were doing 99% of the work. I was just trying to help if I could with it. But want to talk a little bit about the snow prep for you and what that looks like, and when you do it and how you do it and why you do it, and those whole things. We're going to talk about that today. And just like anything, man, you try to prep for whatever it is, whether it's snow or spring or healthy eating, and sometimes the best laid plans get a little crooked. So, but before we get into that, again, I'm curious. Somebody let me know how your Thanksgiving went. Did you survive? Did you survive the family members and or relatives in general? And I mean that in a very positive way. Very positive way. When you only get together a couple times a year, one time a year, or maybe not even every year, sometimes there can be some challenge with that. So let me know 502-550-8307 and let me know how Thanksgiving went. How'd your turkey go? How'd your turkey do? Um, or did it, or hey, just maybe you didn't even do turkey. You hear more and more people, Daniel, that don't even do turkey on Thanksgiving anymore.
Yeah.
Talked to one person said they did steaks on Thanksgiving, which that's the first time I ever heard that. But everybody's got their own traditions,
Yeah.
on what they do, and am so. Um, and then Daniel went to Caitlin's as well.
Yeah.
His new wife,
Yes.
not no longer a fiance, or not a fiance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. But they went over there and y'all had what chicken, right? Fried,
Yeah. Fried
yeah.
chicken. So,
So yeah, I mean, tradition is what it is in your family. That's what it really amounts to, and it's kind of neat. I had to write a letter for my granddaughter, and they preferred that it was handwritten. So did that, but about
you think
Christmas
they preferred it, or
tradition.
you just think they thought most of the grandparents didn't know how to use a computer?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with some of it. Who knows? But they said they preferred handwritten, but it could be, typed out and printed. So it was funny. I almost started it off with, uh, "This is not Chat GPT uh, origin of Chat GPT," uh, but and you could tell when you read it because here's my thing. I thought about typing it out and then handwriting it once I got it the way I wanted it.
Yeah.
But then I thought, no, I'm just going to write it. And so I stayed pretty much in chronological order
Yeah.
of
That's
things.
one thing that you really, unless you went through school like with paper instead of computer, that's something you can't appreciate is like how messed up your paper gets from either if it's a pencil, the eraser marks, or the if it's a pen, scratching stuff out and rewriting it because it isn't. You can't copy and paste it into a different part of the place. So
Yeah. Computer does spoil you. I mean, whether it's something like this or in your business, I mean, it's so easy. Gosh, I remember, going through college and high school, you know, you typed, right? And
yeah,
you
I
had
mean,
to worry
even
about
I didn't really.
correct words in a minute.
Yeah, even I didn't really, and even in college, I never really got on to the level of using like notes for like my computer for notes and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I still wrote faster, which now it's probably different, but
Yeah.
even then I was still using, notebook and paper or notebook and pen and paper and stuff
Pen
like
and
that.
paper.
So
So, and you know what? It's really neat how the technology has helped us in all of our businesses too. And I mean, that's something you can sit back and think about, as man, just be thankful for the technology that we all have in our businesses, whether it's, software that, keeps track of our bidding and estimating and, our CRMs and whatever it is that you use technology for, in your business. It's really cool to, just think about that. And like, God, we used to do all this by hand. And
yeah,
I think we still got one customer in there that was on a per cut billing. And we've even got some ledger in there from that. So, and yeah, was that Jane did that at night, that was the second part of her job of after her regular job. And Kyle at the time, we only had Kyle. Katie wasn't even around at that point, but yeah, she took care of our billing. So technology is a great thing, and it's a great thing when it works. That's when technology is a great thing, which is most of the time.
yeah,
That's the reality of that too.
yeah.
But
I think in the moment when it doesn't work, you forget about all the time it saved you and
yeah,
all the good parts of it. It's like, oh well, we'll be down for the next 4 hours because technology, but then you don't remember that. Well, throughout the last 6 months of everything going smooth, it saved you 175 hours of actual time, or something like
Yeah,
that.
right. Whatever that number is, that's true. And what about technology for for like holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, or I don't know if you guys keep track of like or even ask for like birthdays from your customers, you know. Just something that you can track and be sure to send them out a touch or a reach on that didn't sound right, but y'all know what I mean. Uh, Get me a sip of water there, but Lord, don't be in trouble. But yeah, just there's a lot of good things you can do with technology now. So um, thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Mike said that's a great idea. It's actually on our evaluation sheets, Mike. We have just asked for their birthday, not your year. Because some people probably a little bit leery about giving the year, so we just asked for their birthday. So, and it's pretty cool, man. Katie takes care of that end of it for us. So, um, and we get a little better at collecting that more and more all the time. So, yeah, Mike, we're always hey, that's what we're here for, man, to give you a good idea. Give you a good idea or two. And I know one thing I was thankful for Thanksgiving was Kyle getting back home safely. They went to New York. Him and his family went to New York, and was pretty cool. They actually uh, they went up to just do the New York thing, right? The Macy's Day Parade, and a lot of other. What's some of the other things you do up there? Uh,
Well, just general New
just
York stuff like Empire State Building. I don't know if they did
yeah,
that. I think they did though.
yeah,
9/11 Memorial, Rockefeller Center, Fifth Avenue,
yeah.
um, all that
So
good
they had
stuff.
a cool thing, and they actually got on TV. Kyle took some Santa hats that we have here that are our logoed Santa hats, and that was pretty cool. They actually got on the Today Show, and not just on a when they pan by, but they actually did like a
Okay, what are you thankful for?
the what are you thankful for kind of thing. So that was cool. Mike said something neat that this year his niece is making hand drawn Christmas cards uh,
Huh,
for his clients that they're going to use.
it's cool.
That's pretty neat. He said after she draws the original, she prints the rest. Obviously, yeah, nice. Mike said she really lit up when I told her I needed about 150.
Wow.
So yeah, I bet that she was happy about that, Mike. A little bit of spend money, right, for her for the holidays. So that's a cool thing. But and we got Alyssa was able to spend Thanksgiving with us. That's Katie's roommate. Normally she's in Cleveland, but she got to spend Thanksgiving with us this year, so that was pretty cool. And I don't know, just overall, we had a really good day. I think we had I don't know how many people there. I don't know, 15, I guess, 16 between my kids. Tabitha had her two, and a couple grandkids came down, and Alyssa was there, and Daniel and Caitlin came back, and after they had their Thanksgiving with her family. So yeah, we had just a good time. Mike sent us a picture. You guys can't see these, but you can on YouTube. Da, 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 da. Those are some nice looking cards. Mike, we need to get her to outsource that. That is really a cool idea. So she draws them, and then that's very interesting. That's definitely really personal,
Yeah,
you know.
it's
And
funny to see like, of course, how prevalent technology is and people with technological skills like graphic design and stuff, and but also I think there's like a reignition of, I don't know what you would call it, non-technological skills, like art skills in particular, and stuff like that, where it's like, hey, yeah, we could hire somebody to do this, like from a professional firm that does graphic design, blah blah blah. But people are also very receptive, especially right now with artificial intelligence becoming so big, and like it's like a depersonalization of everything. So let's hire somebody, even if it's like a kid, to
yeah,
draw us something that has some skill and some talent, and we can stand out in a way that's more personal.
Right.
So don't in a world where efficiency is so important and that impacts your profitability and stuff, figure out ways that inefficiencies can also help grow your loyalty.
Yeah, that's funny you went that way, Daniel, because that's exactly what I was going to add to that is the loyalty that's gained through something that we do ever uh, we don't have many of them left anymore. But when we used to snail mail a lot of invoices, we write a hand note on the invoice. Hey, thanks, we appreciate your business, not just a computer generated thing. So they know that somebody actually looked at it. It was looked at, and you just put a little handwritten note on it. So that's another little tip of the day from us here on Profit Time. When you're sending some invoices out, if you're not 100% digital with it, hey, put a handwritten note on there,
Or
anytime you can.
even you can still find a way to personalize it when it is digital. Thanks for being a customer for X amount of years, or something. Even like if you had a conversation with this person about something, like good luck on your bowling tournament this weekend, or
Yeah,
just figure out a way, even if it is digital, to personalize something.
personalize it for them. And again, it goes back to what Daniel said. Let's increase the loyalty on it. That's the reality of it. So, hey, let's take a short break. We'll be right back with more Profit Time. Talking about keeping, staying sharp and looking professional. It's a big aspect of what we do in our industry. Daniel is or should is be concerned with the image. You know, a lot of times that doesn't get the attention that it should, and you guys know what I'm talking about. I guarantee you see it in your market just like we see it in ours. That sometimes you're just wondering what the heck, like, God, man, couldn't they look a little bit better? So um, keep yourself looking good. Keep yourself looking good, and then a lot of times we look at it and we say, well, man, it costs a lot of money to have the shirts or the hoodies or the jackets or the hats and all those things. But, it's one of those things where you just look at it from I mean, it covers a lot. It touches a lot of bases, though. I mean, it touches marketing, advertising, and branding, and all three of those things. So,
And I think too, if you think it costs a certain amount of money that is perceived to be expensive, then I think that's where you go back to, do you know why you charge what you charge, and how you build that into your cost, and
yeah,
then know truly, okay, how expensive is it really? So
right. What's it cost to do it? But then what's it cost not to do it?
yeah.
That's the other side of it. And, I can tell you just from my own personal experience that that is one of the things that a lot of people pay a lot of attention to. Um, I know Katie doesn't have a headset on over there, but, I know she pays attention to that too when, she calls people or has somebody come see her or her house. And I know how important is it to you, Daniel?
I think there's varying levels of importance. When you call somebody in a to a degree, you know what you're going to get and who you're going to get sometimes, and that's part of, like, okay, I know who I'm going to get. But if you want to be the person that has increased their value, the perceived value, and therefore can maybe charge a little bit more because of that, and all the things that lead down from what you're talking about with just simply looking good and uniforms and stuff like that,
Right.
then there is benefit. Like there's people out there who don't care, and you can be somewhat successful in a certain niche of people that don't care about that kind of stuff. But it just depends if you're trying to become more professional, you're trying to grow your business and do things that like that, then it requires a lot of times looking sharper, because
Looking
that's
sharp.
the person that cares about that, is the person you're trying to go after.
Yeah. It goes back to our thing, where we talk about the image you reflect is the income you can expect.
Yeah.
And yeah, so reach out to those guys, reach out to them for sure. So, getting back to what we're into today here at WLS, we're in a snow prep mode, and which is a good thing and a bad thing. I'll be honest with you. You guys know that snow is one of my favorite things. I love it, no doubt about it. And we can't control the weather. I mean, I know it, you know it, but and I know everybody's market's a little bit differently, but I know we got several guys that listen to us, in our market or very similar to our market here, in central Kentucky area and southern Indiana and whatnot. But this snows that we're going to have tonight is a little bit early. Average wise, it's not. I was looking at some averages on that, and average wise, it's not. Which we normally have a measurable snow by December 7th. So, but on the other hand, um, I wish we could have had a little more time to do some more leaves.
I would say it's still, if your average is the 7th and it's the 1st, I mean, that's 25%.
You know, so I know, Katie, how many leaf jobs have we turned down because of? Uh, yeah, we've had several. She said at least a handful. Right. Today we've had a couple, two or three already. And we had some that were left over the weekend and even prior to Thanksgiving because we don't take call in work Thanksgiving week, and so yeah, we talk about our season extending, and that'd be interesting to know with you guys. Have you seen your season extending? And I know we've talked about it before, but I think it's relevant, really relevant here. It's relevant anytime, but since we're in the late fall time frame, and I know I would have liked to have had no snow for about another 10 days, give us a little time to get, more cleanups done. I mean, we've even got, with our own customers, uh, not counting call in skip works and people calling to get leaves, vacuumed up. And that's one of those services people don't want to wait for, Daniel. I mean, they don't. I mean, they think they got that pizza mentality, as I call it. You know, but they want something done. But I don't know. It's I bet snow money's good money. You know, snow money's good money. But Corey, appreciate you reaching out. Matt has busted his ass and he's got it. Come here, Matt. Give me 5. I've been worried 4 days over that and locked up. You're the man. Well, so we'll see, man. Hey, let that thing run about 20 minutes. um, yeah. Matt's been out there busting his ass on getting Wednesday he worked on it as well. We were ready to put some gasoline on it. So, um, good deal, man. We had an auger locked up is what it was. And that amazes me, Daniel. And then Corey, I want to talk about your thing too here in just a second, but we never put anything away not working. Snow wise, lawnmower wise, whatever. I mean, when we put it away, it's working. And we tried everything early October or mid October. It's mid October. Yeah, mid October. We do a test and whatever day where we hook everything up. Everything was running. And then we go to hook it up, I don't know, last week without a snow forecast, just because we always do it toward the end of November. And we had 2 issues with spreaders on augers. And I'm not throwing the brand under the bus because it's a good brand. It really is, man. We use a really good brand, or we have very good luck with it. But it's just, I don't know. We're just going to keep our fingers crossed. Chad's back there working on another one, the second one. Now, it ain't bad. I mean, when you got, 5, 7, 8 spreaders or so, sitting around to have issues with too. But I don't know. It just, Lordy. Oh, glad to have that up and running. I'll tell you that, man. Takes a lot of pressure off, and we hopefully we got it right, Daniel.
Yep.
We'll find out tonight.
I mean, the one thing you know is there's always going to be things you got to fix, and doesn't matter how many times you fix something, something else is going to need fixing. And
Yeah, it's all mechanical.
Just-
That's the thing, you know.
yeah, you got to
And-
know when you get into a certain business that's
And it goes back to
Time-
technology and
time
business.
matters
Yeah,
and it's timely. You're going to obviously have a pressure, but um, never. I think what you don't want to do is think, okay, everything's good now forever. It's like just having the wherewithal to say something else is going to go wrong here,
Yeah.
at some point, and that's just part of what it is.
yeah.
So whenever it does happen, you remember back, okay, well, this has happened before. There's solutions
Yeah.
to it.
And that's why, you got to hit. And here's something else, too, to think about, especially with snow stuff. Since it is such a very time sensitive service, it's not like if a lawnmower breaks down or, a Z spray breaks down or whatever, hey, we'll just pick it up. With snow, you got to be careful about capacity on how much work you're scheduling and what can be picked up by the rest of your crew or your subs or however you're doing it in order to make it run efficiently. And that's something that we are good at that as well. I'm gonna pat ourselves on the back. I'm gonna pat Kyle on the back and Katie and me. From the selling side of things, we don't overbook capacity, and it's easy to do. It's an easy problem to put yourself in. Now, if we had everything break down, then yeah, we got a problem. Yeah, we're going to have a problem. But if we have, a route that gets jacked up or a truck that gets, or, God forbid, two, like we had, two potentially down, we were still going to be okay with what we had capacity wise and what we could get some help with on our subs. It wasn't going to create, our customers wouldn't ever know, we would, but you just got to be careful with capacity. And I know, Daniel, you think a lot. You got a good thinking mind on that the business side of those, because as you guys know, that in the profit circle with us, Daniel does, a whole lot of that content. He writes and he don't cheat the system with it either. Um, Capacity. I mean, you've heard me talking to enough guys, contractors, in general, privately. It's one of the things we always cover, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah. Well, I think too what you just said has to come into in your head, right? Like you were saying, I've been worried the last 4 days about this. Don't take 4 days off of your life when even if it worst case scenario here is not literally, but in this situation, and two goes down, we're not comfortable, but we can handle it.
right.
So I think as a business owner, for people out there listening, don't live it before you live it,
And that is the
and
worst.
especially when, like you were saying, it's easy to go, okay, well, two are down. What if another one goes down? Well, what if a meteor falls on your house? Like you can always think of things that can go wrong and that can in your world or whatever, literally or figuratively. But you also have to be realistic, and that's why setting up what you're talking about it is so important with uh, equipment versus clients and stuff, so you can sleep at night, or so you know can have peace of mind,
Yeah.
even if something does happen.
Right.
Don't go out there thinking, okay, well, I only need one quarterback this year. No, you have three quarterbacks on your roster for a reason, because somebody's going to sprain their ankle at least this season. So same is true with your equipment.
Yeah. That's a really good point. But I just from an owner's perspective, I've always said with snow, I swear to God, I've always said it, and y'all have heard me probably say it on there. The anticipation of the event is always worse than the event itself.
Yes.
It's just It just is.
And as the owner, that's what you have to think about and worry about. But also, I think from your perspective too, just having the webinar that we just had, I think it's important to figure out ways that that doesn't impact you
Yeah.
the same way, especially somebody out there that's looking, at 25 years old. How can I not have this constantly? Because stress is stress.
Right.
It's not good for, it's different than, there's good stress and bad stress. We can talk about that all day long, but stressing about something, especially that doesn't, because stress is, it's just like a thing. Okay, well, is this something I should stress? Like it's a warning sign, really. It's a light that goes off in your head. But if the stress that causes the warning light to go off doesn't equate to a problem, then you're just you're burning something you don't need to burn. You're putting something in your body that you don't need to put in it.
Right. Corey says, fear can many times be worse than the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think almost all the time it's worse.
Yeah. Corey, a little subject change just for a second. He said they had Cornish hens in Turkey this year for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna act stupid because I don't know for sure. What's a Cornish hen?
It's like a small.
Is-
Katie,
Katie, you know what a Cornish hen is?
Isn't it like a small?
A tiny bird.
Like a small.
Okay. A personal
like a little
serving.
chicken.
Okay.
Like a tiny chicken.
So I bet they turned out pretty good with Corey making them for real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would be willing to bet.
We got to take a trip up there to see him, or
I'm
I'm
just waiting. Corey, send me a text of what's on your holiday dessert order menu, because I'm putting in an order for this season.
Daniel's really. Hey, if it fits, it ships, right?
Yeah, I'm willing.
Yeah, heck yeah. We'll promote Corey's sideline business. And heck yeah, right here on Profit Time, Turfs Up Radio. We want to help all of our listeners do better, man. And I know, I know his desserts have got to be killer good.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of really something good, Caitlin made some sweet potato casserole, and Daniel and them dropped it off for us. They didn't even get to enjoy any of it, but Tabitha sent some up with her daughter and her aunt. No, it's not her aunt. Yeah,
Cousin?
it's something like that. I can't think of what the relationship is, but anyway, just somebody that's pretty good around a skillet. Somebody can cook a little bit, got a little years on them, and she said that was the best sweet potato casserole she's ever had. So that was yeah. There you go. So pass that along to Caitlin if you would.
Yeah.
So
I think she actually texted Caitlin that.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. Well, hey, let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Oh, we still got a lot of leaves on the ground here. And I mean, that's kind of the frustrating part of an early snow is having to take our, leaf cage off our truck. And because that's definitely one of our bigger routes, if you will, from a material standpoint. So, and with that other larger fee box having a little auger problem, which hopefully we'll get that fixed today too. Chad's switching the motors out on it, so that should be okay, hopefully. But we wasn't for sure, and don't want to wait, till later this afternoon or tonight to say, well, no, that one didn't get up and running. Now we got to take it's all about the prep, right, Daniel? I mean, get the prep done when you got a lot of time, when you got time to fool with something. And the reality of it is we might have to put it back on, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But we get through this snow, and we always have 40 plus years of getting through them. Some big ones, some little ones, ice storms and everything else. You never know what you're going to get. It's kind of like what's that Forrest Gump thing? it's
Life
like
is
a
like a box of chocolates.
box of chocolates, man. You never know what you're going to get. But Corey, I hope you get your leaves up, man. If they're just down last week, I'm sure you're nowhere near finished. Probably nowhere near a good start at this point. So uh, I know we've got several to get rolling on too. So and also, I mean, we got a lime app and a winter fertilizer app to get down, and hopefully we don't get too much snow. Be nice if we could just salt through this one. And the reason I say that is, so that means we don't have a whole lot of snow on the ground, Daniel.
Yeah.
That's what that's all about. For you guys listening that don't do snow, that's why, not to mention it's faster and it's easier on us and time wise and equipment wise, but we're not. Hopefully, we don't get 3 or 4 inches of snow on the yards because it's going to be not extremely cold, but slow melt code, the rest of the week. So, Wednesday will be a bust on production as well. So,
You could start a new service where you offer, go into your clients' houses and say, hey, we'll shovel your grass for you.
grass shoveling. Oh my God. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's that transitional time of the year, man. The same thing happens in the spring, where you got some really good days and then boom, you get some shitty days. And the reality of it is you got to work in between them and do what you do. But it sure is reassuring to know that I'd rather have the work and not be able to get to it as soon as I would want to than not have the work.
Yeah.
Now on the other hand, the consumer is only going to wait so long, but I really think most people are pretty understanding on, why you can't come out and do their leaves when there's snow on the ground.
Yeah. I
You
think
know,
most people understand that. And then also, I think most other services are probably in a similar spot too, right?
you're
So it's
right.
not like, oh, I'll just go hire this other person to do it because they're probably generally in the same vault,
Yeah.
same situation you are.
We do try to have the courtesy, though, of not keep scheduling work. When, like I said, on the work that we've, turned down, because of this, not just this snow, but just Thanksgiving week. You always get a lot of calls Thanksgiving week. And that's where if you have decent weather leading up to Thanksgiving week and you're able to get your own customers done. Now, I can hear some of you guys thinking, well, Wayne, why are you talking about history? Well, because the reality of it is the leaves are still on the ground. And from a profitability standpoint, for not just me, but for a lot of you guys too, probably, uh, you got an opportunity to get them potentially, but when is the question? Because we'll have this, we get this snow tonight, and then so we deal with that, and get it taken care of. But that means, Tuesday you're not going to have any type of that production. And I mean, I'll trade snow dollars for that. I'll trade snow dollars for anything, honestly. But I don't want to trade snow dollars for loyalty dollars either, you know. And that's certainly a position that you can get yourself in if you're not careful. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, and whatever happens happens. That's the answer, right, Daniel?
Yeah.
I mean,
And I think mostly, like we've already said, you're not going to lose a loyal customer over it anyway. You might find out who's not loyal.
yeah,
Maybe it's a newer customer or whatever, and find out, okay, well they're not really an understanding person. They're not maybe gonna, if something else were to happen in April, May, June, July, August, September, October,
yeah,
like they'd be that same person that would
be that
hire you
same,
for something you couldn't
yeah,
handle, or like you didn't have control over, so you might just be thinning out the unloyal herd too.
yeah. That that's true too. We getting lucky, Chad. All right, that'd be awesome, man. Chad's out there trying to get that other one going. So we'll hopefully we get there on both of them. I was going to talk about that, talking about people waiting they're unloyal or loyal, whichever route you want to look at it. And I've lost my train of thought. I really had something good I was going to talk about on that, Daniel. Damn. But anyways, oh, I know what it was now. Holiday lighting, man. We've had a really good holiday lighting year,
Yeah.
but the snow will certainly jack that up. I mean, and we've already got advertising scheduled, right, Katie? I mean, we've got advertising. Matter of fact, we got a trade show. Yeah, we're at the tail end of our paid advertising, and then we got a little bit of a trade show we're doing Wednesday here in Louisville, and we can't have snow on the roof or ice on the roof, for that, which, I mean, those are normally the first places, for it to go from. But, you say, well, it's only another week. By the time you hit, and I don't have enough experience in this, you guys that do a lot of holiday lighting could let me know. But, I know just in the 2 years, this is our second year, so we've only got one full year of experience. By the time somebody hits 9th, 10th of December, they're not calling for lights. I mean, unless it's just an outlier of somebody just wanting to do something. So we'll see how it affects that.
But hopefully,
snow.
with that being said, I think too, if you can get people to sign up, then they may be willing to wait a couple extra days if they're already signed up. So I don't know if how much you want to, as a business, say, well, we're just not going to try to put people on. If they're willing to do it, you should be willing to do it as well. That's where you have to balance marketing budget and efforts put into ROI and stuff like that. But I think if you can get people, because if somebody signs up, let's say the Wednesday will be the 3rd, right? Yeah, the 3rd.
Yeah.
I don't think someone's like super probably going to be like, okay, this is going to be up tomorrow anyway.
Right.
Right. Now, if that's what you're promising, then that's how you maybe get more people into it. But like most people are like, all right, it's at least going to be, it's already Wednesday night, which means it's not happening Thursday. At the very earliest, it might be Friday. So then it's like, okay, well, do you go out Saturday and Sunday to do it to do it a little bit earlier for them, or what do you do there as a sales pitch, or can we get it done Monday for them? Like, I don't know if someone's interested the 3rd. I don't know if they're going to be like, oh, well, if you can't get it done the 4th, then don't worry about it.
Yeah. And I think, and the more, I mean, you and Katie and Kyle talked this little thing out before we decided to do it. I'm sure y'all talked about it, being then. I wasn't here for that conversation, but,
well, it's something that puts people in the spirit, right? It gets people excited. They see.
I think it's going to be an impulse back.
It is an impulse. Well, it's partially impulse. Yeah, definitely. It's like an impulse of like, oh, now it's the holidays. Now it's, people are wearing Christmas sweaters and I'm drinking hot cocoa. So wouldn't it be cool to see, the lights on my house kind of thing. So it's like a motivator, being that something like that is a motivator for people to be like, well, I want to be even more Christmas spirited up.
Yeah.
Because I'm already here and I'm already, doing this, that, and the other.
So we'll see how it works out. I'll let you guys know too. I know Katie's excited about it. I think she's excited. Kyle's excited about doing it. Me and Daniel are excited about the results of seeing what happens. Yeah. And
I think at the very least you can start to even maybe build a relationship with that person, get them on an email list. Yeah, so they're doing a giveaway for another service, so that can help get them in the system. Even if they are like, hey, this is great. I don't know if I want to do it this year because something that you said of it's already going to be only 2 or 3 weeks left to before Christmas or whatever, but put me on your list for next year kind of thing. So there are other benefits besides just that sale on that day too.
Right. It's kind of like the big give back event here on Turf's Up Radio, man. Sign up once and hey, you're in there for all the giveaways that our sponsors are going to be giving us to give away here on Turf's Up. We're excited for that. So if you haven't signed up yet, be sure to go to turfsupradio.com and sign up, get your company signed up, and looking forward to getting that program kicked off. I don't know exactly when that's going to be, but I'm sure they'll let us know for sure. But be sure to do that. And that's basically what we're trying to do with this thing that we're doing. Hey, maybe we can get a light job or two out of this for this year, and giving away a gift card for email contribution, if you will, and put that toward landscape lighting. Would you say, Katie, landscape lighting and or landscaping? So it's something to bring them back to us um, for something else, and that's the whole key to it. So. Hey, with that being said, Mike, Corey, you guys, I appreciate you guys reaching out to us. We're going to hop off here and finish up our snow prep for the day. And I'm going to give our crew a big shout out for getting our trucks converted over to snow trucks, I guess, and we'll be out and about this evening at some point. Probably doing a little pre-treat or right at the onset. We'll see how it's going to play out, for us during the day. But we certainly are looking forward to our first event, and looks like it's going to be a very manageable event.
You know what we haven't done yet?
What's that?
Get the I can't remember what it is, but the thing that plays the song, the Christmas song. We usually put it over here. It's can't remember what song it is now, but it's a snow. I think it's a snow
The
Christmas
snowman thing.
that sings the song. Yeah,
Yeah, that you push. We keep it over by the refrigerator.
yeah. We haven't even done that yet.
Yeah.
Get
Oh
the
my
snow.
God. Yeah. That's we do two things around our office to make it snow, and that's get the snowman out that plays the Let It Snow. And the other thing is, if we're having a little slower year, we'll get our carpet cleaned in the office. Because hey, when you get the carpet cleaned, Mother Nature's going to send something around to
Dirty it back up.
dirty it back up. So, hey, we just tried to spread the wealth around the community a little bit. So, hey, appreciate you guys listening. Been great to get back on here on Friday with the holiday. I wasn't on, but hey, it's great. Appreciate you guys. Stay tuned all day long to Turfs Up Radio. And remember, profit is not a dirty word. We'll see you Wednesday.